Build this dollhouse table with me, free template included. This is Outside Canadian, where I build tiny things, but the mess is still somehow huge. If you're new here, welcome, and thank you for supporting my miniature channel. Today, I'm showing you how to build this dollhouse table, but out of cardboard. This one's made out of wood, but I'll also explain to you how to make it out of wood if you prefer. Here's the template we'll be using. The template is linked down below, so you can build along with me. And while you're down there, why don't you leave me a comment and let me know what we should build next. I love reading your comments and hearing what you have to say. Make sure your printer is set to actual size or 100% scale, or I believe mine says fit to page. Do not use fill to page though, because that can make your table either too small or too big for the template. Make sure to check this circle and make sure that it's exactly 8.7 centimeters. Or you can also check this one and make sure it's 5.15 centimeters. This template will include two scales. One is 1x12, which is the average dollhouse scale, which is on this side, or the 1x6, which is basically Barbie scale. Make sure you pick one scale and stick with it. So if you already have a dollhouse, make sure to measure your ceilings, or you can measure furniture you already have and see what scale you are working with. Make sure you know what scale you need before going forward. The template includes the round tabletop, the pedestal center, and the feet. So the materials you need are pretty simple. You're going to need a printer to print off the template. You're going to need paper, cardboard, glue. I'm going to use thin cardstock to cover the raw edges, but a cereal box works too. If you're using wood, I'd recommend using a scroll saw, just for the thicker types of wood that you have, because cutting wood with a craft knife is definitely not easy. So the materials you need to build this table are pretty simple. You're going to need a cutting mat, but if you don't have one of those, you can always use a piece of cardboard to cut on top of. You're going to need the free printable template that I designed. You're going to need either Elmer's glue, Aleene's tacky glue, or Aleene's, I'm not sure. Some carpenter's glue or wood glue if you're using wood. You're going to need a pencil, a pair of scissors, a box knife, or a craft knife. This one just has a sleeve on it. Materials, you're also going to need a piece of wood or cardboard. Once you have all of that and your template is in front of you, just cut it out with scissors and it'll look something like this. Now, the next step is you're going to want to lay down your pieces of cutout template on top of your cardboard or your wood, and you're going to want to use your pencil, hold that very still, and trace around your pieces. Like that. Once you're done with all of those pieces, you're gonna get something that looks like this. And what I used to cut these out was actually the box knife. I find this one's a little bit more difficult to use. And make sure that you have a really sharp blade, because I find that if it isn't sharp, it's just gonna squish into that cardboard and it's gonna leave a ripped edge most of the time. So this one specifically, you can just take it out like this. And it's a square blade, so you can just flip it around if you haven't used the other side. And now it's fresh again. Now we're just going to put that off to the side because we don't need it right now. And this is personal choice. I'm just not going to use school glue because it takes too long to dry. I'm also not going to use carpenter's glue because that's for wood. I mean, it is also for paper and cardboard, but I'm gonna stick with original tacky glue. And this one's brand new, so as you can see, it has never been cut off yet. That's cute. Doesn't that look like a cute little cup? Aww. It looks like one of those white Solo cups. And it's just a lid off of one of these. I'm just going to use my scissors to cut off the end here. And we have the very tip cut off now, so it's just a little tiny hole. And I cut the very smallest part just to make sure that it's the smallest hole, but if you wanted, you could obviously cut up and and make it a bigger and bigger hole. But since we're miniaturists, we make it the smallest we can. And we're gonna start by just going down the edge with the Aleene's tacky glue. And the other side of my cardboard did have the white on it. I don't really mind just because I'm going to be painting this after. But if you wanted to leave that cardboard color, then you're definitely not going to want to use this colored or this type of cardboard that has the multicolor. I'm also going to put on the inside, the color on the inside, just because I find it's easier to paint. Oops. Did I really just do that? Yes, you did. And this glue dries clear once it's done drying. It obviously shows white right now, but it's not. We're gluing this together first just because you don't want to be trying to fit those leg little pieces in when it's all hard. And once it's as straight as possible, or you like it, you can set it aside and let that dry. Alexa, how long does it take a tacky glue to dry?
Tacky glue typically takes 20 to 30 minutes to set initially, but needs 24 hours for a strong bond.
And now you're going to want to add some glue right into these slots that you made for the feet. And we're going to start here with this piece and just put it in like that. And here's the next foot. And here's your next foot. And it should look something like this. Now you're just going to want to put a large amount of glue. Maybe a little bit more. Just because it likes to drip down into those corrugated pieces on the middle. And we're going to turn it upside down. Make sure it's center and glue it on. Now you're going to want to let this dry for at least 20 minutes. And let it dry upside down so you're not putting all that pressure on the feet. So those feet have a nice time to dry. If you wanted to, you can flip it over quick just to make sure that it has stable feet. And it does. So we're going to put it back and let that dry. It's better to almost let it dry overnight just because it does require 24 hours for a full solid set. But you can start working with it after 20 minutes to paint it if you wanted to. So your next step will be grabbing a piece of cardstock and cutting a thin strip like this to go around your table. Now you have a couple thin strips of cardstock. You're going to want to just glue that around the edge of your table. And don't forget, if you like this video, just give the video a thumbs up for me. That'd be amazing. It helps the channel grow. And also hit the bell notification button so you're notified each time a new video comes out. Great, thank you. And you're just going to want to center that strip. And it should look something like that. And we're going to keep going here. By adding glue. Now, don't cut all of it off at once because you don't want to have a little tiny piece. Just take a little bit away at a time until it fits, because you can't put it back, but you can always take away. And there we have the table edge. And you're going to want to do the exact same thing on all the feet and everything else. The stock I'm using is an old cereal box I was about to throw out. So as you can see, that's one side done, and here's the other side. Complete difference, especially once it's painted. And just enough to cover that corner and that gap. And again, just enough to cover that corner and the gap. Make sure to smooth out that glue because that glue lump will stay behind after it dries, even if it's clear. I like using a silicone tool just to flatten out these nasty edges, just because silicone doesn't stick to, like the glue doesn't stick to the silicone, so you can wash it easily and you can just reuse it over and over and over again instead of using a toothpick or something like that. These tools I just got on AliExpress. I think they were like $3 or $4. And now we're just gonna finish the feet. So I need one more piece of this. And we're almost done. And walk on these edges because it doesn't like sticking. And I'm using extra glue because, like I said, it's a corrugated edge, so it's just gonna pour in that corrugation and not really glue anything. So you want extra to actually do something. And that's it. You built a dollhouse table out of cardboard or wood. Congratulations. Thanks for watching. See you next time.